This is my slightly chaotic single garage. And this is it now. A gym, storage, an incredible workshop, and a set for Rideable Now. And this is how we did it. Welcome to my multi-use single garage. Very common in the UK, this little setup. It's doing lots of different jobs. It's storage, it's a workshop, it's a gym, so many things. And as a wheelchair user, trying to make your way around a space like this when you want to get a bike out or work on another exercise machine, it gets really, really difficult. And that poses a big problem for me. Why, you may ask? Well, I'm forever going on about how great adaptive mountain bikes are. I pretty much say they're the solution to everything. But you know what? There's something I don't often talk about, is how difficult having an adaptive bike is in your everyday life. They're big, they're heavy. These things are hard to manage when it comes to storage, when it comes to working on them, maintaining them, and I want to prove that problem is solvable. And I'm going to do that in two ways. One, I've got to prove that you can make a system work in a small space like this. That means you can manage a bike like this one. Secondly, I've got to prove that you can get that work done as a person in a wheelchair easily. This is going to be tough. So, what do I need this space to do? Well, I need it to be storage, and manageable storage that I can manage. I need it to be a workshop. I want to be able to work on my incredible bike, but you know what? I've actually never seen the underside of this bike. It's so frustrating. I like bikes. Thirdly, I want to build a set. I know from my experience at GMBN that you can use a very small space and make it a very usable set, so I can do things like giveaway competitions and podcasts quite easily on camera. And fourthly, I need it to be my exercise space. I've got some incredible bits of equipment that at times in my wheelchair life have helped me stay fit. But to be honest, it's really hard to get to them. I've got a hand crank system here, which is incredible, but I've got an amazing pull down cable pulley machine over here. All my junk gets in the way and they become excuses not to exercise. So there's four roles this tiny little space has got to fulfill. So what are the problems? Firstly, I want to come up with a system, and I think I have, that helps me manage this big heavy bike in a beautiful and an enjoyable way. One that's organised, and that's key. Secondly, I've got to get all of this work done in a way that's not relying on all of my friends and my family, which I could do. What I've got to do is prove that, imagine someone, a single guy in a wheelchair who hasn't got lots of people to rely on, but wants to make a project like this happen. I've got to find a way of getting the work done. Right, let's tackle the work side of it, because we've got to get a ceiling painted, we've got to get a floor leveled, we've got to move all of this stuff and try and basically create a blank canvas where we can start building an incredible system. So I went online and I found Airtasker, right? And you go on their app and it says, get anything done. When I read that, I was like, well, this could be the solution to a lot of people with a disability or life-changing injuries like me would see as an incredible solution. Basically, often you can come up with great ideas of things you'd like to do, but then you stumble at the first hurdle because you can't get past all the junk, or who put this BMX here? Getting a floor level like this is really difficult. So that's where I've started. I've reached out to Airtasker. I've requested an Airtasker come and level my floor. And in about 3 minutes, someone's going to turn up and do it. So the solution to managing this space once we've got the blank canvas has been a little bit of a journey. I've been testing out this idea with Stashed. That means we might be able to make this big cumbersome bike that's so alive out on the trails something really beautiful and special to play with and enjoy in this tiny little space, which currently it is not. But we've been working hard on this system and it's starting to look like it could make sense. So we're moving all of the stuff out from the back of the garage because my particular garage has got, it's a bit of a swimming pool effect. It's got a deep end, which is not great if you're in a wheelchair because basically as soon as I go in the garage, I race down to the back end. I have to keep putting my brakes on and it just spoils the space. But we've got a fantastic floor coming in from Garage Style, which is going to really clean up the whole look, make the floor look brilliant, but we need it to be perfectly flat. So Airtasker have brought Patrick for us, found him on the app. Can you make a floor flat, basically? Said yes, and here he is. And he's going to make it perfectly flat, then I'm going to put the Garage Style floor on top, and we will start making it look beautiful. I'm going to have a beautiful garage, isn't that? So Airtasker have arrived. Everything from the garage is now outside the garage. This would have taken me hours. It took these guys about 5 minutes. Patrick's in there now, hoovering. Let's get leveling. So problem number 1 is solved. As you can see, the back of the garage sloped down like the deep end of a swimming pool. And every time I moved past this point in my wheelchair, I just gravitated to that back wall. And it was really frustrating. But now Patrick from Airtasker has put this self-leveling screed down. It's perfectly flat and ready for my new flooring. It's gonna look amazing. While planning my garage makeover, we headed to Stashed Products to film the specialised epic factory build. And while we were there, we had the chance to create a layout plan for the garage. Elliot and Pete helping me decide on how best to use this small space for all the needs I have. Right, okay, so the floor is flat, and one of the really important parts of this system we've come up with is about to go up the space rail, which is going to give me the ability to move the bike up and down the full space, manipulate it in free space. And I've just been handed this Stashed secret product. Wow, that's sick. So look, this is specially for hanging basically the cable pulley system that will lift the bike up and down. This is a bespoke, untested piece. We are just putting up the special hook system that we've just revealed. Basically the hooks are going up into the space rail where we'll be able to hang the bike. So that is a big part of how I'll be able to use this space and why it's going to be so transformational in terms of managing the bike. But that needs to go in first so we can build everything around it. and they're trying to get it very straight. They're putting a lot of effort into getting it very straight, which I've got to be honest, I wouldn't have done. It would have been all janky, so glad they're doing it, not me. Starting to turn our attention to the walls now and where things can start going, because I have got some really lovely stuff from my previous career that I really want to keep and show off. Some really nice factory Cannondale frames and an Ashton bikes frame that I designed and had manufactured myself. So yeah, those things are going to get a position up on the wall where I can enjoy them myself, and they be part of our little set as well. This one is a factory frame, so this one was made to my geometry and you know how I liked it back in the day. And same with this one here that Elliot's holding, but a very different bike. And then the one up on the wall up there, that's actually a production bike that they did as a Martyn Ashton signature, but actually geometry wise wasn't what I rode when they were blue. This is incredibly boring Cannondale detail, isn't it? I'm a Cannondale board, that's what I am.
These were beautiful back in the day, weren't they? With all the
Only back in the day.
Only back in the day. Well, apparently what I haven't noticed, this is quite funny on the camera actually, what I hadn't noticed over the years, because I'm such a I loved Cannondale and they were so cool when they were in the 90s, but they've become not cool now. Like, and I've sort of not noticed that. So every time I go, oh, I love Cannondales, people go, do you? Really? Because apparently now they're not that cool, but I love them. I love the word. I love everything about Cannondales. I think they're cool. The world is wrong. Nice.
We're putting a low star rail up, and then we're going to put the fittings on, and then because they're adjustable and modular removable, we're going to let Martyn then actually play around, try and get them into the right positions that he wants, so his frames look great on camera.
Now you might be thinking, if you're an adaptive person like myself, well, it's all right for Martyn, he's got all these people here setting up all this stuff. How am I going to put all this thing in? Well, remember Airtasker, who helped us with the floor, they're the perfect port of call if you've got a stash system you want to put in, and they've worked together in the past. So you can get your stash system, go on to Airtasker, say I'd like to get my stash system installed, and someone can come and do that gig for you. So you can get it done. You don't have to have a crew of actual stashed experts come in like I have today. That's more that they just want to make sure I don't do it wrong, and they're doing a really great job of it. So remember, stashed product, Airtasker, get it fitted, transform your workshop space. I can get, you know, nutrition is a big part of an athlete's diet, and that's what I'm doing right now, nutrition. I think maybe one. Lodestar system about to go up on the wall, and that's kind of this modular system that means I'm going to be able to do lots of things with this wall space here, but also you can take it off and put it somewhere else and come up with a different situation for it. So we're going to start over here, and in that way my imagination can run wild, and yeah, we'll see how it develops. Exciting. I feel like the floor is going to make quite a big difference. I've never really had a garage floor done before, so I'm not sure, but seeing what difference the ceiling made, yeah, it could look really cool. Make a big difference. Could have parties in there and stuff. We could hang out there, Matt, like, you know, mates. Right, multiple things happening now. Lodestar's going up at the back there. JJ from Garage Style has just arrived, and the floor is about to go down. which means I'm probably going to have to move out of the way. It's all right then. Done. More stashed stuff going in, so we've got the frames on display now, placement for the wheels, got loads of options over in the set corner, and Jay's just about to see if the lights fit as well. Oh, that's so nice. So good, so satisfying. Okay, a few days have passed and we've added some amazing but important finishing touches. Airtasker came in and gave me a bit of help with this as well. So now I've added this amazing Hiplok AX1000. Such a solid bit of kit. I can position it anywhere I want, and then I add DX1000 D-Lock. So now I can put the Bowhead on the wall and have it secure. And it's going absolutely nowhere with this setup, I can tell you. So, precious bike secure in my garage. Also, I wanted to protect my beloved Cannondale Beast of the East from 1997. So we've got an anchor on the wall from Hiplok, and we've got the Hiplok DXXL. So the DX D-Lock and the XL chain, I can tell you this definitely is not going anywhere, which is great because I wouldn't want to lose this. As well as that, we've added lighting. Garage Style sorted us out with these amazing fluorescents that make such a massive difference. And of course, one of the things we wanted to make sure we had here was a Rideable Now set. So I've added the logo, and now I can do my podcasts and all of my chat about prize giveaways on Rideable Now from this very spot. And Airtasker helped me get this amazing workshop shelf fitted, which is a lovely finishing touch and really sets things off. Plus, I added something I've always wanted, my own air compressor. Oh man, so much fun. And of course, we've got all of the kit that's filling out the space. Peaty's have sorted me out with tons of product. All my Topeak tools are in their perfect position to hand when I'm working on the bike. So the workshop side of the little space is really starting to come together. And I'm starting to get comfortable where everything is living in its own special place. I think it's really working out. So now in this tiny space, I finally got control over my bowhead because the workshop setup is something I've had time to play with. And using a few little gadgets like my foldy arm there. Okay, so we've got a pretty simple system. Hooking the bike on, and now I can just take this, bring the bike up into position. The space is so small that suddenly, as soon as it comes up off of the ground, it's really easy to maneuver. So that's probably high enough actually. What I'll do is I'll just hook that on there, put it into position, and honestly, it's just so easy. So I've got absolute control over the bike. Move it down the room, spin it around to work on it. So good. Plenty of space to move around, and suddenly all the floor space underneath the bike means I can actually get access. And I'm honestly seeing bits of the bike I've literally never seen. And I think I need a new chain. And then, when I've finished working on this bad boy, I can slide it right down to the end now, lower it down here, and then put it away for winter storage. Check this out. So remember, storage was a big part of the mission at the start. And I think this is where it really starts to become something quite special. And just pick the bike up here, put it up nice and high, because it's a big bit of kit. But now we have a totally different spot for it to live. So I can just slide it over to the wall. It's now exactly where I need it to lock it safe with my AX1000 and my DX1000 Hiploks. And incredibly, I've now got space to store another bowhead underneath. So we've turned this into a 2-tier storage spot, and I've still got the whole room to play with. Set, workshop, storage, and exercise, the gym. So now I've got perfect access to my Bowhead training system where I can ride on Zwift. It's basically just a normal Zwift trainer on the wall vertically. Got the iPad set up, and these incredible Bowhead crank arms means I can just drive it right from here. And this slim beam training system is a cable pulley weights machine, but I use it like an erg trainer, and I can crank away on there until my heart's content or it gives up. This has been an incredible experience. Thanks to Stashed Products for helping me make this system work, Garage Style for the floor and the lighting, Hiplok for keeping my beloved bikes wonderful and safe, of course the Rideable Now set, resplendent in my Topeak tool set, and of course Peaty's products, Airtasker for helping me do all the bits where my arms just could not reach. I've got it all now. All the stuff I love in memorabilia and the bikes I've ridden and designed, and a working workshop gym storage and set. You'll be seeing more from Rideable Now from this very spot. And if you want to see our next little short video coming that's all about the stories behind some of this memorabilia, then look out for that. See you soon.